A car crash in New York City's Times Square left 1 dead and 23 injured. Times Square is one of the most popular tourist destinations in New York. Many initial fears were that this could have been some sort of possible terrorist attack, like the previous terror attacks involving vehicles in Europe, but in fact, it was not. I'm going to tell you everything we know so far, here for you on I.O. I'm Charlotte Dobre, and you're watching InformOverload. A 2009 Honda Accord mounted the sidewalk in Times Square and proceeded to drive along the sidewalk for an entire 3 blocks at a very high speed. If you've been to Times Square, you know just how crowded it is. More than 300,000 pedestrians visit Times Square every day in New York. On busier days, there's close to 500,000 visitors. Witnesses say that the car was driving against the traffic, as well as on the sidewalk. The vehicle ended up impaled on a bollard and tilted on its side. An 18-year-old woman was killed, and her 13-year-old sister was injured, as well as almost 24 other people. 4 people were critically injured, but are expected to survive. So needless to say, when the car got onto the sidewalk, it basically plowed through a crowd of people. The person responsible, Richard Rojas, is a 26-year-old man from the Bronx. He did have previous convictions for DWIs. He was arrested for driving while intoxicated in 2008 and again in 2015. Rojas was also a former member of the armed forces, the Navy specifically. Videos show him being detained by the NYPD. According to the mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, and the NYPD, there was no indication that this was an act of terrorism. The NYPD said that both civilians and police were involved in apprehending the suspect. There is currently an investigation underway, but it is believed to be an isolated incident. Oddly enough, when trying to explain himself to police, the driver said that he heard voices. Anyways guys, not really sure what to make of that. That's all I have for you on that though. Thanks for watching I.O. You have just been informed.